my thoughts. I shut it down wherever power is stored. Being real is in the past, watching cowards get on. It ain't kill me, so it's making me stronger. And these bite-sized rappers now sensing my...
What the hell's going on, people? This is Periodic, and you see the title of the video. We are jumping back into Dragonball Z Dokkan Battle in order to talk about another Extreme Z Awakening for an LR Prime Battle unit. And I'm very excited about this one because honestly, we don't have a huge amount of first form Frieza monsters. In fact, would you say that this potentially could be the best one now? Because the only other viable first form Friezas we have would be the transforming Frieza. And he's pretty good, don't get me wrong. I always rank him fairly high on my TUR tier list. But, I mean, this is an LR, baby boy. You understand what I'm saying? So, as you can see here, this is a cool little graphic showing the stats and whatnot for the new JP EZA. And this is brought to us by... Harry Turney over on Reddit, on the DBZ Dokkan Battle Reddit, which is actually getting close to 200,000 members. That's actually insane. So we're going to take a look at Gresh's translation in just 1 second, but I do have to say that the LR art for this first form Frieza is always fantastic. When Frieza was first revealed in the anime, they did it in such a great way. It made him look so maniacal and almost lazy, but so powerful in the way that he was just there kind of doing nothing while he was flanked by such powerful people. But you knew he must have been insanely strong for how relaxed he seemed. So let's take a look and see what they decided to actually do with this new Extreme Z Awakening. I haven't actually looked at the stats yet, so let's take a look. So, obviously, Reign of Terror, first form Frieza. This dude doesn't have an active skill, transformation skill, or any of that. He came out in the game before any of that stuff existed, okay? So, don't start expecting that to come in. Leader skill. His old leader skill was all types attack 7,000, and his new leader skill is Extreme Class 4 key, HP attack and defense 90%, so that could be a viable character to bring along in Battlefield. Or super class 3 key, HP attack and defense 70%. That is definitely a big bonus to bring along on Battlefield. Wow, okay, that's very interesting. His old super attack for 12 key was just causing colossal damage to enemy. His new 12 key, Death Ball Extreme, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, still causes colossal damage to enemy. So that's a 50% increase for his attack and his defense. I do like that. His old 18 key, Imperial Conquest, caused mega colossal damage and lowered attack and defense by 20%. Not really anything impressive, to be honest. Kind of boring. Lowering of attack and defense by 20% never really is noticeable, to be quite honest. So now let's see what he does on his 18 key, his new Extreme version. Causes mega colossal damage and greatly lowers attack and defense. Okay, so far his 12 key and 18 key, they just greatly increased his stats when he does his 12 key, and on his 18 key greatly lowers enemy stats. Okay, not bad. 50% increase, a lot better than what it was before. End of Everything was his passive. It used to be 13,000 attack and 5,000 defense. Now it is 50% attack and defense at the start of turn, so that's just what he starts with. 3 key and gain an additional 50% as the first or third attacker in a turn. Okay, interesting. Gain an additional 50% attack when Ultra Super Attack is launched. Gain an additional 3 key when attacking a super class enemy. Okay, so let's break that down for a second. So obviously that's going to be calculated separately, so he can actually obtain a decent amount of defense if he is the first or third attacker, simply because that 50% would be calculated separately. That would put him at what, 150% defense And on top of that, he's also greatly raising his attack and defense on his super attack. So if he's the first or third in the turn, then he's definitely going to be a nice little defensive unit. Kind of reminds me of the physical EZA full power Frieza, who gains that 30% defense boost if you put him as the first attacker in the turn. This is a much better version of it, right? 50% defense as the first or third attacker in the turn. So they give you two different spots that you can gain that bonus in. And that's very, very clutch because he's going to be movable, if that makes sense. He's going to be flexible. You're going to be able to kind of, move him around where you think you're going to need him. And that's a beautiful thing. Also, the 50% extra attack, again, that's going to be calculated separately. So you'll be sitting at like 150, not to mention increasing your, actually, no, you won't be increasing your attack. Okay, so that's interesting. So you're not greatly raising your attack and defense on your 18 key, but you are still technically greatly raising your attack because he's gaining that 50% attack boost on his Ultra Super attack. At that point, you're just lowering the enemy's attack and defense by 50%. So that's actually not bad. I'm a huge fan of that. I'm not going to lie. So I like characters that specifically fix their own drawbacks. And what I mean by that is this character greatly raises attack and defense on his 12 key and then loses that ability, but debuffs the enemy's attack and defense on the 18 key. So what do? They say, okay, let's just say you did your 18 key and you lost your greatly raising attack and defense. You can still gain that 50% attack and that 50% defense if you have him in the first or second turn, or first or third spot attacking. So in reality, that turns his super attack into causes mega colossal damage, greatly raises attack and defense, and greatly lowers attack and defense. That's really what it is at that point if you have him in the first spot or the third spot. So I'm actually not mad about that at all. I think that's pretty solid. Now let's pull up the Prime Battle Frieza and let's take a look at his links and see who he best links up with. So we're over here on web-api.eu to take a look at Frieza's links. And as you can see, Metamorphosis, 5% HP, Big Bad Bosses, 25%. Actually, this is going to show them at level 1. So let's bring them up at level 10 so we can kind of compare. But very quickly, Frieza in his second form shares the most links. You're sharing 6 links. And then for 5 links, you have Cooler in both forms, actually. You have the physical Cooler, the LR King Cold and Frieza. And then you have like some SSRs and the Tech Cooler. 4 links here, decent amount of units sharing 4 links. Cooler Army, Full Power Frieza, LR Baby, etc., etc. So a decent amount of characters sharing links with this Full Power Frieza. So let's take a look at his links at level 10, and then we'll wrap up the video. So we're over on the Dokkan Wiki, dbz-dokkanbattle.fandom.com, and as you can see, strongest clan in space at link level 10. All enemies receive a 10% defense debuff. 2 key, Universe's most malevolent, 20% attack. Metamorphosis, 5% HP recovery. Attack and defense 10%, Thirst for Conquest, attack and defense 15%, Big Bad Bosses 25% attack and defense, Fear and Faith, all enemies defense debuff minus 10%, 2 key, and then Legendary Power 15% attack. So all in all, fantastic links, got great buffs during the link level update, and this guy is going to be extremely strong. So before we get out of here, let me know, do you have the boy Frieza rainbowed, or are you still working on him? Because I'm gonna have to farm up 5 extra copies to get his super attack up to 25, but you already know I've had him rainbowed 20 out of 20 all day long for a long time. So hopefully you guys have him too, but let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you have yet to subscribe to the channel, consider what you're doing for your life. Go ahead and gently rub that sub button, gingerly ring that bell button, lovingly kiss the like button. As always, this is Periodic. See y'all in the next video.